I was just doing my usual grocery shopping when I found a little girl sitting in my cart. She looked up at me, her eyes filled with fear, and whispered, "Don't give me back, I'm scared." In that moment, I knew everything was about to change. From the initial discovery to the reactions of those around. This video captures genuine emotions and reactions that will leave you astonished. Could this be a magical moment, a prank, or something entirely different? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more incredible stories and surprises. My career was steady. My life was organized. I took pride in the independence I had built over the years. Sure, I was single, but that didn't bother me much. That my routines, though simple, gave me comfort. And after Melissa lost her job, I let her stay with me. She was my sister, after all. She had a knack for taking control of things, but I hoped she'd find her footing soon. That day was supposed to be like any other. I headed to the grocery store like I did every week. Grocery shopping was simple and predictable. It gave me a sense of control. Walking through the aisles, I wasn't thinking about much beyond my shopping list. Halfway through my trip, I turned to grab a box of cereal, and when I looked back at my cart, there was a little girl. She was sitting right in the basket. I blinked, thinking I must be seeing things. "Hi, where's your mommy?" "I don't know," she whispered, her tiny hands gripping the side of the cart. That I froze for a moment, trying to process what was happening. I glanced around, expecting to see a frantic parent nearby, but there was no one. How did this happen? "What's your name?" I asked, crouching down to her level, trying to sound calm. "Lily," she murmured, barely audible. That I glanced around the store again, hoping to spot someone searching for her, but the aisles were full of strangers, all too busy with their own lives. What am I supposed to do? Leave her here? Wait for someone to show up? But what if they don't? "Well, Lily," I said gently, "let's go find someone who can help us, okay?" I started pushing the cart slowly, scanning the aisles for any sign of her parents. But after 20 minutes, it became clear. No one was coming for her. Just as I was about to call the police, she looked up at me with her big, tear-filled eyes and whispered, "Don't give me back. I'm scared." Before I knew it, I had driven her home. Everything felt surreal. That small, frightened child was sitting at my kitchen table, nibbling on a sandwich, her big eyes following my every move as if I were the only thing keeping her safe. The front door creaked open just then, and Melissa walked in. I tensed immediately, knowing this wouldn't go over well. "What is this?" she asked, her eyes immediately locking on Lily. "I found her at the grocery store," I said, trying to keep my tone calm, though I knew Melissa's reaction was going to be anything but. "Found her?" Melissa's eyebrows shot up. "Rachel, you can't just bring home a child. Do you even know where she came from?" "No, but she was alone," I replied. "I couldn't just leave her there." "You can't fix everything, Rachel. This is a bad idea." "I called James," I said, trying to ease her worries by mentioning my detective friend. "He's looking into it. We'll figure this out." Melissa let out a frustrated sigh, muttering under her breath. I ignored her. My focus was on Lily. The next morning, it happened just as I feared. There was a knock on the door. I knew who it was before I even opened it. Social services. That I hoped I had more time, but Melissa had already taken matters in her own hands. She was quick to act whenever something worried her. That I answered the door, and two social workers explained that they were there to take Lily. I knew I had no real right to keep her, no matter how much I wanted to. "We'll take her into care until we can sort things out," one of the workers said. That I glanced over at Lily, who was standing by the table, clutching the edge. I just need a minute," I stammered. That I knelt down next to Lily, my heart breaking at the thought of her being taken away. "Lily, sweetie, you have to go with them for now. They're going to help you." Her big eyes met mine, full of fear. "Please don't give me back. I am scared." Her words pierced through me. I wanted to tell her everything would be okay, but I didn't know if that was true. I felt Melissa's gaze burning into me from behind. Before I could say more, the social workers gently took Lily and the door closed behind them. Suddenly, my phone rang. It was James. His voice was serious, cutting through the fog of my emotions. "Rachel, I found something," he said. "Her name's Lily, and she's run away from home several times before. But every time, she's been returned. They've never found anything wrong during inspections. Do you have their address? Send it to me, please." When Melissa and I were finally alone, she didn't waste a second. She started in on me, somewhere between defending herself and outright attacking me. "You know, Rachel," she began, "this is exactly why I had to call social services. You can't just take in every kid that tugs at your heartstrings. You're acting impulsively. And look, now we have a mess on our hands." I tried to stay calm, but the words were already bubbling up inside me. "A mess? You think this is a mess?" I shot back. Lily needed help, and I wasn't just going to turn my back on her. Maybe if you focused on fixing your own life, you wouldn't be so quick to judge mine. Melissa didn't respond. She just turned her head away. I knew she wasn't going to understand. I wasn't going to waste any more energy trying to convince her. "I need to go," I said, grabbing my keys off the counter. "I'm going to figure this out." I quickly filled a bottle with water, grabbed a pack of crackers, and stuffed them into my bag. I entered the address James had given to me into the GPS. I had to reach Lily's parents before social services did. Time was running out. As soon as I pulled up to the house, I could tell something was wrong. The paint on the exterior was peeling. The windows were smudged with dirt, and the yard was overgrown with weeds. It was clear that no one had taken care of the place in a long time. That I knocked on the door, and after a few moments, it slowly creaked open. A pale woman stood in the doorway. The sharp smell of old hit me almost instantly, and I knew without a doubt that that had to be Lily's mother. Her appearance was exhausted and helpless. "Are you Gloria?" I asked gently, trying not to startle her. She nodded, blinking slowly, as if even that took effort. "Yeah," she said, her voice hoarse, almost a whisper. "I'm Rachel," I explained. "I've been taking care of your daughter, Lily." At the mention of her daughter's name, something flickered in her eyes, followed by a deep sadness. She stepped aside and motioned for me to come in. "I know," she muttered, slumping onto a worn-out couch. "I know I can't take care of her. Not anymore." Her words were filled with a haunting kind of honesty. She wasn't hiding anything, and for a moment, it was clear that she had given up. "Gloria," I started softly, "you're her mother. I can see that you love her. But she needs more than what you can give her right now." She shook her head, wiping at her eyes. "I tried. After her father died, there was something so deeply broken in her, like someone who had lost all hope. When my husband was still here, I held on," she continued. "But then everything just fell apart. I fell apart. You don't have to do this alone. I'm not here to take her away from you forever. I could take care of her while you get back on your feet. I want to help. You do that. Yes. But Lily needs to be safe. I'll take care of her, and you can focus on getting better. When you're ready, she can come back home. I'll help you, Gloria. You can do this." Finally, she nodded. Okay. Okay." I got up, rummaged through the kitchen, and made her a strong cup of coffee. I even cleaned up a bit and gave her some medicine that we talked for a while, going over everything together. I assured her that she could visit Lily anytime she wanted. We decided that once she got a job and reached a stable emotional state, we could discuss Lily's return. Then, social services arrived. I hoped for a bit more time, but it was inevitable. As they entered, Lily came running out from the other room. "Mommy!" She flung her arms around Gloria, hugging her tightly. Gloria knelt, wrapping her arms around Lily, holding her as if she didn't want to let go. "I'm here, baby," she whispered. "I'm here." The moment was brief, but it was clear how much they meant to each other despite everything that happened. The social worker stood by, waiting patiently, and after a few moments, Lily slowly walked back to my side. That I spoke with the social workers and Gloria for a long time, explaining our plan. It was a difficult conversation, but after some discussion, they agreed. Lily would stay with me temporarily, and we would reevaluate Gloria's progress in a few months. Relief filled me as the decision was made. "It's time to go, sweetie," I said gently, taking her hand. Gloria gave Lily a small nod. "Be good, okay?" She bent down, whispering something to her, and then, with tears in both their eyes, Lily took my hand. From that day on, life changed for both of us. Lily slowly adjusted to her new surroundings, and we found comfort in our little routines. Every night, we shared stories before bed, and every morning, she greeted me with a smile that reminded me I had made the right choice. "Will I see Mom again?" she asked one evening. "Yes, sweetie," I assured her, "when she's ready. And until then, you're safe here with me." That journey taught me that sometimes the greatest act of love is not just holding on, but knowing when to let go and trust in the future. Share your thoughts in the comments below about what you think happened and how you would react in this situation.